I was in a pitch competition in Singapore with Revolut back in the day when they were nothing, and now they're like a big thing. So, but we did beat them, so that was good.
That's amazing, because I'm a power user of Revolut. And once again, that wave coming out of the UK because of the regulation that happened there, and there's all this fintech, and it's like become sort of like the latest wave of really great financial companies has come from that sort of period in the UK. So essentially what Wise did at least initially, was not actually use the banking rails to transfer money. They just used their own sort of pools. And then so if you didn't have to use 5 middlemen and actually transfer money using traditional rails, you could maybe reduce the fees. And that's what Wise did. And that was their innovation. And working with companies from all around the world. And ironically, the biggest challenge we had was getting payments from people in Africa or in the US and then, Latin America or Europe. And it was just so difficult. And, in business, when you're starting up, cash flow is everything. And it really, really, really hurt. So just thinking about all this, and actually during that journey with that company, we created some AR crypto kitties back in 2017, 18, and we're trading them around. And I was learning about the technology. Come 2021, I see this new technology, Solana, and I see how cheap and fast it is and what's going on in the NFT space, and was like, this is now ready. This technology could really be used for real financial infrastructure, and it should be used for that. And meanwhile, my brother, who was living in Germany, who was friends with Juan, these are our two other co-founders, were building also on Solana and learning about that. And they won the first hacker house in Portugal back in 2021. We're going to keep going to these hacker houses, and they kept winning the bounties and things like that. So we're like, let's come along and just do it. So we were going to all the hacker houses together. And by Chicago Hacker House, we thought, look, this is really cool, the NFT stuff and all the liquidity stuff on the exchanges and DeFi. But we're living in Mexico and no one can accept a card payment. And we're like, what if you could buy a coffee with crypto, like using Solana? And that's how our name came about, Decaf. We pitched this idea of Decaf, which is decentralized cafe, which is in Spanish, cafe is coffee. So it's like be able to buy coffee with crypto. And it was like, let's do payments, especially cross-border payments with technology that doesn't see borders, doesn't see boundaries, is fast and cheaper than traditional means. And we pitched this before Solana Pay existed. And it was kind of crazy at the time. I mean, now it might make a lot more sense, but at the time, people were like, well, this is not an NFT project. This is not DeFi. This is stupid.